Ethical hacking essentials. Now, data plays an essential role in our lives. We each consume and produce huge amounts of information each day, and it can be used in industries as diverse as healthcare, banking, marketing, and many more. However, such sensitive information needs to be protected, which is where ethical hacking comes in useful. But what is ethical hacking? Here we take a closer look at the practice, including what it is, why it is useful, and how you can learn ethical hacking. We will also explore some of the job roles and salaries available to those with the necessary hacking skills. Now, what is hacking? So before we get into ethical hacking, let's look at one of the key concepts that underlie the practice. In basic terms, hacking is the process of gaining unauthorized access to data that's held on a computer, system, or network. Hackers, or those who practice hacking, will access systems in a way that the creator or holder did not intend. Although the typical connotation of hacking and hackers is a negative one, it can actually be a beneficial process, as we shall see. Now, what is ethical hacking? So ethical hacking is a process where a professional hacker legally and deliberately tries to break into the computers and devices of an organization. In doing so, ethical hackers can test the organization's defenses, highlighting any vulnerabilities in their systems or network. Of course, it is a detailed and often complex process with many different elements to consider. An ethical hacker, sometimes known as white hat hacker, will also look for a weakness in a variety of different ways. They will also perform a variety of other tasks linked to a general cybersecurity. So this can be including assessing vulnerabilities, penetration testing, gathering intelligence about entry points, scanning infrastructure to spot weakness, accessing systems or network and exploring vulnerabilities, hiding their access and evading detection, complying reports and analysis for the attempts. Now, what is penetration testing? So you will often see the terms ethical hacker and penetration testing or pen testers used interchangeably. However, depending on what you are looking at, there are some differences to note. As we explore in our open step on this subject, penetration testing is a type of test that helps to identify what kinds of attacks an infrastructure is vulnerable to. So it involves intentionally trying to attack the system to find its weakness and devise ways to defend them. So the difference between penetration testing and ethical hacking. So what's the difference between these two? Now, while the term ethical hacking can be used to describe the overall process of assessing, performing, testing, and documenting based on a host of different hacking methodologies, penetration testing is just one tool or process within the ethical hacking. Alright, so the difference is that the penetration testing is one of the tool or the process from ethical hacking. So the bigger thing is ethical hacking. Now, understanding hacking roles. So the field of cybersecurity is broad and complex, and it is not surprising that there are several subsets of the hacking community. Ethical hackers may work for a cybersecurity firm, work in-house at an organization, or find a contract roles by working as independent consultants. So we have white hat hackers, black hat hackers, gray hat hackers, red team, we have blue team, and we have the purple team. So we will discuss each one. So let's start with white hat hackers. So a white hat hacker or ethical hacker is an individual who uses hacking skills to identify security vulnerability in hardware, software, or networks. So however, unlike the black hat hackers or malicious hackers, white hat hackers respect the rule of law as it is applies to hacking. So these are the good guys. Let's consider it. These are the good guys. So we have the black hat hackers. Black hat hackers are criminals who break into computer networks with malicious intent. So they may also release malware that destroys files, holds computer hostages, or steals passwords, credit card numbers, and other personal information. So these are considered the bad guys, by the way. We have the gray hat hackers, and the gray, you can see that it is with A, not E. Anyway, so the gray hat hackers may sometimes violate laws or usual ethical standards, but they do not have the malicious intent typical of a black hat hacker. When a white hat hacker discovers a vulnerability, they will exploit it only with the permission and not to tell others about it until it has been fixed. However, in contrast, the black hat hacker will illegally exploit it and tell others about and how to do so. But the grey hat hacker will neither illegally exploit it nor tell others how to do so. So it is like between. So he is a good and he is sometimes a bad. He is in the middle. Now we have a term called red team in the cybersecurity. Now a red team consists of security professionals who act as advisories to overcome cybersecurity controls. Red teams often consist of independent ethical hackers who evaluate system security in an objective manner. They utilize all the available techniques discussed below, we will talk about it, to find weakness in people, processes, and technology to gain unauthorized access to assets. As a result of these simulated attacks, Red Team make recommendations and plans on how to strengthen an organization security posture. But the Blue Team hacker here consists of security professionals who have an inside-out view of organization. Their task is to protect the organization's critical assets against any kind of threat. They are well aware of the business objectives and the organization's security strategy. Therefore, their task is to strengthen the castle walls so no intruder can compromise the defenses. We have the Purple Team. So Purple is a cooperative mindset between attackers and defenders working on the same side. As such, it should be thought of as function rather than a dedicated team. So the true purpose of Red Team is to find ways to improve the Blue Team. So Purple teams shouldn't be needed in organization where Red Team, Blue Team interaction is healthy and functioning properly. So the Purple Team actually only exists when one of the teams, like the Red Team or the Blue Team, are not working correctly or not functioning properly. Now, why is ethical hacking important? So we know what ethical hacking is, but why computer hacking be so beneficial? So essentially, by intentionally figuring out exploits and weakness in our organization computer networks, it is possible to fix them before an ethical hacker can take the advantage of them. Ethical hackers work to help organizations identify and eliminate threats by improving the overall IT security of the organization. So, in a time where sensitive data is stored across all kinds of businesses, networks, and servers, it is essential to protect it. So, the white hat or the ethical hackers help to identify exploits that could be exploited by black hat or unethical malicious hackers. Of course, it is not just data that it is at stake when it comes to cybercrime. For example, we have a 2020 report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies and security software company McAfee found that cybercrime losses amount to around 945 billion. Can you believe that? Up from 522 billion in 2018. Can you believe that? This number is very huge. So they attribute these rising costs to better reporting as well as more effective hacking techniques. As well as the loss of the data and money, cybercrime can harm public safety, damage economies, and undermine national security. So evidently, it is essential to protect organizations and their data, and ethical hacking can play a crucial role in this protection. Thanks for watching. Now, in the next lecture, we will talk about the ethical hacking processes. I will see you there.